Hello. So, new day, new night, new me. What are we doing today? Well, good question. Let's have a see, let's have a look. We're going to be looking at CSS3, step 58. And I got no clue what it's about. I've done it once, and once this is done and this optional exercise is done, then I'll be caught up to where I've been. But in all honesty, I've kind of forgotten, so I'll have a look at this 8-minute video, work through it, explain to you what I've learned and done from it, and then that's it. So, see you in a bit.
Was it the voice? Was it the fire burning in me? All of the noise turned into choirs of harmony. Left me with the pieces of forever that you broke. But since you left me alone, I've been high.
Hello, and welcome back. What have we done? Well, as you can see, some things may seem a bit different. First of all, we haven't done anything with the HTML, we have just focused on the CSS. So, as from the title you can see, there is such thing called CSS3. That's the newest version and iteration of CSS, and that's where all the new updates are. But sometimes not everything is supported by the browser, because the browser, you can implement some features of the newest updates but not others. So a good way to find out if the thing you're trying to use is supported by each browser or by any browser, it's one of the best tools to use is W3Schools browser support.asp, and that basically shows you that all of these tags, commands, and basically since when they have been supported and if they are supported. So for example, text underline position is only supported by Chrome from the 33rd generation, but not by anything else. So if you try to use this, it won't be available and you won't be able to use it or see it on any of the other providers or search engines. Also, as you can see, there's sometimes there's something such as this with Webkit. These are basically support extensions to your link, to your command. So as you can see here, basically when box shadow was a new feature, not every browser supported it, and when it was still in development and being rolled out, the only way you could get it to work was by putting in these little tags referring to each web browser. So for example, O is for Opera, Webkit is for Safari, MS is for, is it? Yeah, I think MS is for Chrome, and Mods is for Mozilla, and then afterwards you always have to put the correct box shadow down as well, and that will prove you to be certain that whatever you would like is actually going to show up on people's websites or on the people's screens. Other than that, what we learned? So we have learned of this function called, actually before that, margin. So I didn't know, but apparently every website has some sort of margin. So even this website had a margin, but like a margin by default, but by making the body's margin equal to 0 pixels, everything moved to the side. Also, we moved the margin for the actual title, moved to be 0, so it's actually, this line is absolutely to the side. But on the top we wanted some space, so we made the margin on the top 10 pixels. Lastly, we have included transitions. So transitions work by first including the transition tag, and we can say what we would like. So we want to, for all of them, over a 1 second period, and our transition on an image while we hover is that we want the scale to increase by 1.06. That means whenever I hover over anything, it comes out a bit and the scale increases by 1.06, and that has a nice move effect, focusing your attention more into the picture. So this is, for instance, one thing or one tag you can use in CSS3 or from CSS3, and many more are still yet for me to learn. So anyway, this is basically what I've learned. And also lastly, there's also this other website which is basically the same as the browser support one, which is called Can I Use, and that will also bring up which same situation, which browsers support from which update the tag you're using. So for instance, transform is supported by everything except for Opera Mini, which has a global usage of 1.19, which doesn't make much of a difference. So it's recommended to use, but if it was not available on tons of websites, it might not be recommended to actually use. Anyway, that was everything. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, like, subscribe, all sorts, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.